Happy morning, children. How are you all? I hope you are safe at home. So now we have been studying 5th grade, right? So now we are entering into 6th grade. Are you guys excited? And from today, we're going to start our portion. Are you guys interested? Yes, I'm also excited to learn with you. So here we are all going to learn together. Okay? Before getting into the lesson, I'll show something and let's see whether you can tell me the answer. Yes, children, are you able to see this? Can you tell me what is this? Yes, very good. It's a sweater. And tell me what is this? Yes, it's an umbrella. Very good. And here, look at this. What is this? Yes, mango. I know everyone here likes mango, isn't it? So here, how many of you like mango, students? Oh my God, almost all the class. Okay, I'm also fond of mangoes. Yeah, it smells really good. Do you want to taste it? Okay, we'll have it later, okay? Okay children, today we're going to see a poem called A Spring Morning. Okay, what is this? Poem. It's not poem, it's poem. P-O-E-M is called poem. Okay? The name of the poem is A Spring Morning and it is written by William Wordsworth. So who is the poet here? So here, usually one who writes prose, we call it as author. How do we call? Yes, author. Very good. So here, a person who writes poem is called as poet. Very good. So the poet name is William Wordsworth. Can you spell? W-I-L-L-I-A-M. William Wordsworth. W-O-R-D-S-W-O-R-T-H. Wordsworth. William Wordsworth. Very good, children. So far we have seen a sweater, umbrella, mangoes, all that, right? So can you tell me, when do we use sweater? Yes, very good. During winter, when we feel very cold, no, we use sweater, right? Yes, right. So during winter season, we wear sweater. And can you tell me, when do we use umbrella? Yes, that's right. When we have rainfall and during the rainy season, we use umbrella, right, to protect ourselves from the rain. Yes, very good. And do you know when do we get mangoes? Yes, that's right. During summer season, isn't it? So, in the month of April, May and all, we get so many mangoes, right? Yes, that's good. So, these are all seasons, right? So, can you tell me what's a season? Okay, don't worry, I'll tell you. So this changes in weather is said to be season, right? So how many months do we have in a year? Yes, very good. 12 months, isn't it? So all these months are same. Do you think? No. Yes, so we have changes in weather, right? So every few months we have different weather conditions, isn't it? So we'll see what are the seasons we have. Okay? So here you see changes in weather. What's a season? Can you tell me? Changes in weather is said to be a season. Okay? So we have totally 5 seasons, right? Winter, spring, summer, monsoon, autumn. Can you tell me? Winter, spring, summer, monsoon and autumn. So if you take winter, it starts from December and ends till Jan, okay? And if you take spring, and it begins from February and till March, okay? And summer from the month of April till June. And if you take monsoon, it starts from the month July and ends in the mid of September. And the final one, autumn, and it starts from September and end of September till November. So these are the season and the months. Okay. So we shall once again. Winter, December to Jan. Spring, February to March. Summer, April to June. Monsoon, July to mid-September. October, end of September to November. Very good, children. So here, this poet, William Wordsworth, he is a nature poet, okay? So he loves nature and he describes the nature so well. So if you take his poems, he'll be explaining the beauty of nature. I hope you all like nature, right? It's a wonderful creation of God, isn't it? Can you just imagine, sitting on a nice grassland and surrounded with mountain, and you have colorful trees with little flowers. It will be so nice, isn't it? And also a river flowing by your side. How would it be? It will be so nice, isn't it? So this poet, is a lover of nature. So he describes nature in his poems so well. So here also he is describing about a morning. What morning? A spring morning. So in a season called spring, he is describing a morning in his life. Okay. So first, if you see this picture, what is this? Sun. Yes, very good. And this one? Umbrella. Yes, very good. You are able to recognize the pictures. Very good. So what this picture depicts, what does this show? Yes, it shows that it is a summer season because it is so hot in summer and we use umbrella to protect ourselves from the sun rays, isn't it? So it is the summer season and it is the hottest time of the year. So how do you feel during the summer? It will be so hot, right? So that's why it is the hottest time of the year and the days are so long during summer. Okay. And the next one we see winter. So can you see this picture and recognize who this is? Yes, very good. This is an, yes, I'm not able to hear. Yes, very good. See here, children. Can you able to find who this is? Can you able to recognize this? Yes, the snowman. Very good. So, what season is this? Winter. Yes, I have something to show for you. Can you see this? This is the snowman in the winter season. These are all the snows. Isn't it beautiful? Yes. So here, this winter season, this is the coldest time of the year. How do you feel during winter at home? You feel so cold, isn't it? And you need warm clothes to protect yourself from the coldness. So what do we use? We use sweater to protect ourselves from the coldness, isn't it? So this season is said to be winter, and we usually get this season during December, no? So what is the celebration we have during December? Can you guess? Yes, that's right. Christmas. Yeah, we enjoy during Christmas, right? Yes, very good. So the next one is, what is this? Yes, clouds. And it is raining. Very good. So what season this picture depicts? Yes, very good. Monsoon. So what do we have during monsoon? We have a lot of rainfall. We experience a lot of rainfall. So I have a question here for you. How many of you like rain? Yes, good. So do you think water is so essential for us? Yes, that's good. It's so essential. It's also essential for agriculture. Isn't it? To grow crops and all, we need water. So this is called monsoon. The next one is spring season. So what do you see here? Tree, flowers, it is all blooming, right? So usually during the spring season, we have many flowers blooming. Okay, so that is the new birth. Okay, this is the beginning of the year. You could say like that, or else a new birth. So usually so colorful. Flowers blooming here and there, and we have a lot of leaves, flowers. It will be so nice to watch. It's a pleasure for our eyes. Okay? The next one, we go to the autumn season. So here we have no leaves on trees. What happens? The trees start shedding their leaves. You can see here, the leaves are falling off. So during the autumn season, we could see no leaves on trees. The leaves are shedding down. Okay. So these are all the seasons. First one, summer. Very good. Second one, winter season. Is the third one, monsoon. Very good. The fourth one, spring season. Yes. The last one, autumn season. Okay, children. For you to remember this, we'll surely enact something, okay? To keep everything in our mind. To remember all this season, we're going to enact something, okay? Okay, fine. For the first season, summer, how can we do? How do you feel during summer? Oh no, it's so hard. My God, I'm so tired, sweating. So you'll also feel like this during summer, right? Okay, for the winter, how do you feel? Oh no, it's so cold. Oh my God, I need some warm clothes to protect myself. Oh no, it's so cold. Yes, we have our warm clothes here. Yes, we can protect ourselves using this warm clothes. So now I feel better. Yes, good. So the next one, we have monsoon. So what happens during monsoon? It rains, It rains a lot. It rains a lot. And the last one, spring season, if we take, there are a lot of flowers blooming. Beautiful flowers blooming. And there are so many leaves on the trees. Yes, good. And the last season, autumn. I have something for you. Okay. Now, consider me as a tree, okay? And now we are going to see autumn season, okay? And I'm a tree now. What happens during the autumn season? The trees start shedding their leaves, right? So here it goes. I'm a tree now and I'm shedding the leaves. So this is how the autumn season will be. So the leaves are fall down. Yes, good, very good. Okay, children, so we have seen all the seasons so far, right? So what are the seasons? Can we recall now? Yes, winter, spring, summer, monsoon and autumn. So the months, winter, December to Jan, spring, February to March, summer, April to June, monsoon, July to mid of September, autumn, end of September to November. So have you all understand the monsoons and the seasons so far? Yes, very good. So we'll move on to the poem now. Okay children, we shall see the poem, A Spring Morning. So I have told you already, the poet is William Wordsworth, okay? So who is he? He's a nature poet. Yes, he is a lover of nature and most of his poem depicts the nature and its scenery. Okay? So before entering into the poem, we shall see the hard words. Okay? The first word, roar. What is the meaning of roar? Loud noise. Yes, very good. The second word, heavily. What is the meaning? Severely. Floods. What is the meaning of floods? Large quantity of water. The fourth word, bright. What do you mean by bright? Shiny. Yes, good. Distant. What do you mean by distant? Far away. Yes, good. The last word, brood. What do you mean by brood? To worry about something a lot. So can you repeat it? To worry about something a lot. So what do you mean by roar? Loud noise, heavily, severely, floods, large quantity of water, bright, shiny, distant, far away, D, bright. Distant, D-I-S-T-A-N-T, distant. Brood, B-R-O-O-D, brood. So these are all the difficult words and the meanings we have in the poem. So we should learn the poem, okay? I'll read the poem and you will repeat it later. There was a roaring in the wind all night. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. But now the sun is rising, calm and bright. The birds are singing in the distant woods. Over his own sweet voice, the stock-dove broods. The jay makes answer as the magpie chatters. And all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. I shall read it again and listen carefully. There was a roaring in the wind all night. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. But now the sun is rising calm and bright. The birds are singing in the distant woods. Over his own sweet voice, the stock-dove broods. The jay makes answer as the magpie chatters, and all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. So this is the poem. I shall explain it now. Okay? So here I have told you William Wordsworth is a lover of nature. So this poem is happening in the morning during a spring season. Okay? So this is just a depiction of a morning scene during the spring season. So if you take first line, there was a roaring in the wind all night. So these two lines, there was a roaring in the wind all night. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. These two lines are happening in the previous night. Okay. So what is happening in the previous night? There was a roaring in the wind all night, which means the wind was blowing heavily all through the night and it is so harder. Okay. So there was a heavy wind flow. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. So it was a heavy rain. So it was raining cats and dogs. What do you mean by cats and dogs? Which means heavy rain. It was raining heavily and fell in floods. What do you mean by floods? Here, large quantity of water. So what happens? When we get heavy rain, it becomes flood, isn't it? So due to heavy rain, happened to be a flood. So the rain came heavily and fell in floods. So these two lines, this is happening in the previous night. So during the night, the wind was roaring. So it was giving, it was blowing very harder, and it was a heavy rain. It was raining cats and dogs, and it happened to be a flood. Okay. The next line, but now the sun is rising calm and bright. So this was happening the previous night. On the next morning, what happened? There was no rain. What is happening here? The sun is rising. And how does it rise? It rises very calm and bright. Here you can see the sun is rising calm and bright. The sun is rising very calmly. Without any noise, it is rising, because the previous night there was a lot of noise, So here it is rising very calm and the sun is so bright. Here is the next line. The birds are singing in the distant woods. So here in the morning the sun is rising, and what happens? The birds are singing. Usually we hear birds singing, right? How does birds sing? Like cuckoo, isn't it? It sings like that. So what happens? Woods means trees, forest, like that. Okay. So here you could see trees and all. No? So the birds are singing in the distant woods. From here a bird singing, and from here a bird singing. So they are singing from the distance. Okay. Over his own sweet voice, the stock-dove broods. they are talking about a bird called stork dove. It is also a family of a pigeon. Okay, so, that bird in the stork dove, it is also singing through his sweet voice. Okay, and what is happening over his own sweet voice, the stork dove blues. You have seen the meaning of blues here, right? To worry about something a lot. So what happens? Through his song, the stork dove bird is singing and it is worrying something a lot. Okay? And the next one, the jay makes answer as the magpie chatters. So here what happens? They are talking about another two birds, jay and magpie. So this bird is making an answer to the magpie talks. What do you mean by chatters? Talking. So here in class people will be talking like chatterbox. So it's like that. So there a magpie bird is talking to this bird, and from here this bird called jay is answering to the magpie bird. Yes, good. So next one, and all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. So what happened? The air is filled pleasant noise of water because it rained in the previous night, right? So what happened? The air is filled with the pleasant noise of water. So this is the poem, right? So I'll explain you once again. So during the night time, okay, the previous day what is happening? There was a roaring in the wind all night. Roaring means loud noise, okay. There was a heavy noise of the wind and it is blowing very hard at every minute. And it was, the night was having a heavy rain and it fell in flood. It was raining so heavily. But now the sun is rising calm and bright. So what happened? The previous night is over. We have a new day in the morning. The sun is rising very calmly and brightly. And the birds are singing in the woods. So usually when the day begins, bird sings, right? We could hear so many birds singing. It's so pleasant to hear, isn't it? So the birds are singing in distant woods. Okay? As we talk from, I'm here, right? So if I want to talk to the next class or the opposite class, I'll say hi, right? So from here, a bird is talking to his friend who is in the far woods. Okay, woods mean trees. So it is sitting on the tree which is so far, and from here it is saying something. It is talking in its own language. So the birds are singing in the distant woods. Over his own sweet voice, the stork dove blows. Yes, as I told you, the bird called stork dove, it is singing in its own voice, and it is not so happy. We have seen the meaning of food, right? To worry about something a lot. It is worrying about something a lot. So, and the jay and magpie chatters. So here we could see the two birds. They are talking with each other. And all the air is filled with a pleasant noise of waters. So as it rained previous night, the air is filled with pleasant noise of waters. Have you understood? Yes. There was a roaring in the wind all night. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. But now the sun is rising calm and bright. The birds are singing in the distant woods. Over his own sweet voice, the stork dove blows. The jay makes answer as the magpie chatters, and all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. Have you understood, children? So, shall we enact some scene to remember this concept, this stanza? Okay, fine. So, what is happening? There was a roaring in the wind all night. Roaring means a heavy blow of wind. I told you, no, there was roaring. How? Like that. It was roaring like anything. And we have heavy rain. It is raining. And how does it rain? It rains heavily. And Yes. The next one, the birds are singing in the distant woods. So we have birds, here. Cuckoo! Other birds, cuckoo! Yes. This is how the birds were singing with each other, which means they are talking or having conversation. And over his sweet voice, the stock-top broods. And I told you that bird stock-top, it was sad and it was thinking about something, right? So brooding means we have seen to worry about something. So it is not happy. So how would it be singing? Will it be singing happily? No, sadly no. So how do we do? Cuckoo. Is it okay? Or shall we do it something else? Cuckoo. Maybe it will be like that, right? So it will not be so happy. The joy makes answer as the magpie chatters. So here I have told you a bird called Jay is talking to the other bird, magpie. As how we did earlier, no? A bird sings this side and the other bird answers from the other side. And all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. So the air, is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. Yes, very good children. We should read the poem once again. Okay? There was a roaring in the wind all night. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. But now the sun is rising calm and bright. The birds are singing in the distant woods. Over his own sweet voice, the stock-top broods. The jay makes answer as the magpie chatters, and all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. Yes, good. So shall we see the rhyming words here? Yes, what are the rhyming words you find here? Night and bright. Yes, very good. Floods, woods. Yes, good. And what else do you have? Chatters, waters. Yes, good. Yes, here you have bright and night. So what is the spelling of night? N-I-G-H-T, night. And what is the spelling of bright? B-R-I-G-H-T. So can you tell me now? Night and bright. Yes, good. The next word we have floods and woods. Okay, what is the spelling of floods? F-L-O-O-D-S, floods. What is the spelling of woods? W-O-O-D-S, woods. So now tell me floods, woods. Very good. And next we have waters and chatters. So what's the spelling of waters? W-A-T-E-R-S, waters. And chatters? C-H-A-T-T-E-R-S, chatters. So now tell me, waters, chatters is good. Yes, children. So this is the poem. I hope you have understood the poem. Okay, children. So this is the first stanza we have seen. Okay. The rest we'll see in the next class. Okay, students. For your home assignments, write the rhyming words, glossary, synonyms, and book back question and answers 1 and 2 in your classwork notebook. For your activity, recite the first stanza of the poem and send the audio through WhatsApp. Thank you, children.